Buddy, it's Bradley Sutton from Helium 10, and this gentleman is
Matt Benton. Glad to be here.
all right. We got fresh faces here. Takes two to replace Manny here on Helium 10. Can everybody hear us? We are coming on live right now. We're going to jump right into this. If you cannot hear us, please leave a message below, but we're going to get right into the questions. We only have 15 minutes today, so we want to get to as many questions as we can. So today, the first question that we're going to go over is this one. It's too long to completely copy and paste, so I'm just going to read this question. And this user says, I'm most interested in watching you choose what keywords to rank for to get traction with a competitive product. For instance, if the top keywords are just out of reach, can we shoot for less competitive keywords and still have a viable launch? I'm going to go ahead and see if I can copy that part there. That's a good part of the question. And it says, watching you go through the decision-making process would be very insightful. So we got a couple of viewers on here. Jacob, he remembered I have a fever. Very good. Yes, I'm actually feeling much better right now. Otherwise, Matt wouldn't be right next to me because he'd know I'm contagious here. So that's why he wasn't with me on Tuesday. All right. So let me go ahead and paste this question here. All right. So again, this individual is asking if the top keywords are just out of reach. Can we shoot for less competitive keywords and still be able to get somewhere? So I'm assuming that maybe you're talking about, like, let's say you're in a real competitive niche and maybe our tools are saying that you're going to have to give away, 500 or 1,000 units, and maybe you just can't quite afford that. Do you give up on that product, or are there lesser keywords that you can target and still have a viable launch? And then she or he also asked, they want to see kind of how we do it. So I'm going to try something that we haven't done yet on the Q&As and see if I can share my screen. Here we go.
Giveaway column times 8. So traditionally we see an 8-day giveaway work best. Now we're seeing a couple different things. I think Bradley's touched on that in the past. A 2-day giveaway blast has worked, but these two columns here, the one on the right, CPR daily giveaways, is going to be the number of units you need to give away or sell in order to rank on page 1 for that keyword. And then the one that Bradley's speaking to is the total number of units that you need to give away or sell in order to land on page 1.
Okay, good. So now that everybody's got that, All right. Can you guys hear us now? Cassie, Tim, we got some technical difficulties here. Daniel says definitely no sound, but that was a few seconds ago.
Jacob, is the sound back?
There we go. Tim says yes. All right. Tim says it's okay, so we're gonna go ahead. Why don't you scoot in a little bit, Matt, this way so they can still see a little bit. There we go.
Right on.
All right. As I said, I don't have the fever anymore, so you don't have to feel bad. All right. So you guys might not have heard anything I was just saying, so let me try and remember what I was saying. We can blame that on Be Live, technical difficulties. Anyways, I was saying that maybe somebody wants to do a detox capsule launch, and they are choosing the detox word as their main keyword. Now, they want to look exactly at what kind of products is on page 1 of detox. And you probably saw this, but didn't hear me go over it. I was saying here, there's a Dr. Tobias colon cleanse. There's a liver cleanse here, and another product. So the Bio Schwartz. So there's a lot of detox cleanse or colon cleanse or liver cleanse products on page 1. But again, you cannot afford this 500 to give away. So is it worth it to still target other smaller keywords? And to me, the answer is yes. And here's how I would do it. This is a process that would probably take a little bit longer, but just looking at this really quickly, I'm looking here at a couple of the keywords. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to take away more of these keywords that do not fit my match, like they have words that have company names or brand names or apple cider. But let's see. I don't want to do anything with tea, nothing with tea. Liver cleanse. That was something I saw on page 1 there. Laxative, green detox, weight loss shakes. No. So I'm going to look at this colon cleanse here. Take a look at this word here, and let's see what kind of results I get from here. So now I'm looking here. You guys can see the screen. We've got a colon cleanse search. And look, this is the same product that was on the detox cleanse search. So the same kind of products that people search for, they're organically buying by searching for this other item as if they had searched for detox. I know I saw this Bio Schwartz on the other one as well. So there's a keyword where which one did I just click on? The colon cleanse, right? So there's a keyword, colon cleanse. It only has 240 total that you would have to give away. Maybe that you can afford, and it's definitely available to do. You could also go even deeper and do, here's an excellent word right here, number 34, detox cleanse. That has 2 of the top keywords in there. Let's take a look at that search. Those are sponsored ads. And boom, look at this. Yet again, these are the same competitors. So these guys obviously are getting their sales from these keywords because they're ranked number 1 or number 2 in all of them. Look, here are the top 3 that we saw from the detox ones. Dr. Tobias, the liver cleanse, and Bio Schwartz. And look how many you would only have to give away on this one, 160. So you can't give away 560. Do you give up? I would say no. What I would do, like maybe you can only give away half. I would go ahead and choose detox cleanse as one keyword, and possibly write down here liver detox as another keyword, and you'd only have to give 112 out. So between those 2 keywords, which are still very relevant maybe to your product, using Magnet, you see how you can pick other keywords. You don't always have to go for the home run on the first time. And me personally, I've used this technique where maybe there's some crazy keyword that would require 1,000 giveaways. I'm like, man, I don't want to put all my eggs into one basket and sink all my money just into one keyword. I want to try multiple keywords that don't require so much. And this is kind of the exact way that I would do to find those keywords. Do you have anything else to add, Matt, about that?
No, that's it. That covered it.
All right. Let's go ahead and do another question now. All right, this is from Kelly. Now, Kelly, I'm not sure if she's listening here, but we got to call out Kelly because we had a contest in the last video where I gave out 10 languages and people had to get points for how many languages they could say that I said, and also a bonus points for if they could guess which two of those languages is my ethnicity. And Kelly went above and beyond. She must have watched that video and rewinded it like 10 times because she literally got all 10 of the languages, and she guessed the two languages that's my ethnicity. And she not only submitted a good question, but she submitted 10 questions in our question box. So Kelly is actually the winner of that contest. So she won a full platinum membership to Helium 10 for 1 month. So congratulations, Kelly. I believe I sent you a message with your code there. So please use that. Let us know if that works for you. But anyways, let's go to we're not going to go through all 10 of Kelly's questions. They're all good. But let's do this one. And this is, does Helium 10 have the capability to provide an editor where you can write product listings and evaluate the listings? So let me do this. Let's see if we can put this on here. Has most of it. All right, Matt, you want to answer this one?
Yeah. Where's the question at?
Right there.
Does Helium 10 have the capability to provide an editor where you can write product listings? So what I would do, Kelly, is actually, this is what Scribbles was created for. So when you have your whole keyword list, whether you found that through Cerebro or Magnet, once you've got all the keywords you want to target, you can dump that into Scribbles. And as you write your title, your bullet points, your description, and everything else in your listing, those keywords are going to delete from the left as you put them into the right. So I think Bradley might share the screen here and do an example as I'm talking. But that's going to do it for you. So Scribbles is going to make sure that you have all your most important keywords in your listing as you write it. Now, as you write your title, if you realize that doesn't make sense and you're missing one of your more important keywords, you can hit delete, remove keywords, and just play around with it until it makes sense and you have all your keywords in your listing.
So I'm just gonna. What I did was I actually just copied some of those keywords from that detox list that we did. And now watch what happens. You can see over here, as Matt was saying, here's a couple of the keywords: detox, cleanse, weight loss. So those are going to be my first words of the title. Watch what happens on the left-hand side when I do this: detox, cleanse, weight loss for women to get or diet pills. So you can, if you guys can see what's happening here on the left, as I write out my listing or as I'm editing my listing with the keywords, the bullet points, it's taking away the words over here so that I know I've used those words and I can make sure that they're going to get in the listing and get indexed. Matt, can you go over some of these categories here or that we can type using Scribbles?
Yeah, there's a few things. So if you hit the all caps button, the drop down, there's a few different sorts you can do there. Another thing I mentioned is on the top right, the character limit. This varies by category, but I would make sure that you don't exceed that limit, because if you do, there's chances are that all those keywords won't index at all, therefore you won't rank. So it's important to stay under that limit. You can adjust these too. So if for whatever reason your category is different from other folks, you're going to want to adjust that. And then same thing with the bullet points in the description as well. One thing I'll add here, Kelly, is once you've created your listing, you're going to want to dump all your most important keywords, the ones that you want to track, into Keyword Tracker. So not only do you know that once that they're indexing, but once they're indexing, you know where you fall in the rank. So whether that's on page 1, if you're running a launch at the beginning for your most important keyword, or it's like your second or third tier keywords, you at least want to know if you're indexing, ranking, and where you fall. I hope that answers your question. Another thing I'll say is you can tweak your keywords. So if you find that through using Scribbles and Keyword Tracker that you're not indexing at all or where you'd like, you can move those keywords around. So you can move things from your bullet points on up to your description or your title even. So yeah, I hope that helps.
All right. Excellent. Thank you again, Kelly. And thank you for taking the time to really go all out on that contest that we had. All right. The next question we have here, it says, please go through one Cerebro lookup and explain what you would do with the information retrieved. Please use this ASIN. So they gave me an ASIN here. I don't know if it's theirs or customers or competitors, but they want me to go through this ASIN. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So they want us to use Cerebro. Cerebro is what is Cerebro, Matt, for us?
Cerebro is your reverse ASIN keyword lookup tool. So you can throw an ASIN in there and it's going to return all the keywords that Amazon recognizes that ASIN for.
Thank you very much. All right. So I'm just going to hit this reverse search. All right. So this is a minnow fishing lure crankbait hooks. Bass. Okay, this title might need to. I'm not sure from this picture. If you want to see the product page on Amazon, you click on the ASIN right here in Cerebro. So let me just take a look at this. Okay. I think I know what this is. I'm not a fisherman, but I can know
what to do with those.
Yeah, I know what to do with those. Okay. So let's see what Cerebro came up with here. All right. So what I would do with this? Well, let's just say that maybe this is a competitor. The person didn't specify, but maybe this is one of his competitors listing, and he wants to know, okay, I got my competitor's ASIN. I put it into Cerebro. Now, what the heck do I do with this information? And if that's your question, that's actually a pretty good question. What Cerebro does, it's showing me all the words that are relevant or that are indexed that he's already ranking for in the top 300. But that could be pages 20 to 30. So there's only 65 that came up here. Now, the reason why is because we have the focus pretty low. We have the focus at 10. That means words that are hyper relevant to this listing. So I'm just going to open this up just a little bit because that's a very small number of keywords to deal with. I'm just going to go to a 70. The focus number can go from 1 all the way to 100. So let's see if this opens it up more. All right, so actually still only 224. So that tells me something, that this listing is not ranking for that much. Let me see if it's ranking for any high keyword search volume. I'm going to click on exact phrase search volume. And the highest exact phrase search volume is only 8,000, which is not that many. And I'm looking over here at the rank, and throughout the top ones, this guy is not ranking on the first page or second page or third page for almost anything. Like here's his first one that's on the first page is the word crankbait, and that only gets 853 searches a month. So right off the bat, what this is telling me, if I'm looking at my competitor's listing, is this guy probably is not getting very many sales. And there's a way to actually confirm that. I'm here on the listing page. If you guys can still see my screen, I have the Helium 10 Chrome extension. Now, Matt, do you know what's going to happen when I click this on this listing page?
Yeah, let's take a look at X-Ray.
Let's take a look at X-Ray. We're going to hit X-Ray. And what this is going to show me is give me some estimates on his sales. Yeah, and that confirms what I thought. 89 sales per month. So he's only maybe selling 2 or 3 units a day. And that totally makes sense based on these numbers that I'm seeing here. Because if your only page 1 keyword gets 900 divided by a month, what's that, 30 views a day? Yeah, 30 searches a day. So maybe 30 people a day are searching for that, and you're ranked number 13, and that's your number 1 keyword. I knew just looking at this guy is probably not getting that many sales. So anyways, I'm not sure why you wanted me to look at this, but if you were looking at it from the viewpoint of this is a competitor and you kind of want to see what he's doing, well, this is perfect for that, because you can see that, first of all, he's not ranking high for any of the important keywords, and thus his sales are not that high. And we confirmed that through X-Ray. I'm just looking through here if there's any good keywords. Like the highest rank that he has is page 1, position 7 for crankbaits, lures 4. I was about to say bass. I keep thinking of EDM, but no, this is bass, bass. All right. Okay, so that's just one way that you could use Cerebro. Do you have any points, Matt?
No, I was going to say there's a lot of room for improvement here. So I don't know if this is your listing or someone else, but either way, there's tons of room for improvement. And yeah, good luck.
All right. Let's go. I think we might have time for 1 or 2 more. Since our first time, we're going through some technical difficulties. We're going to give you guys some extra time today. Let's see. Here we go. Here's a question. Oh, yes. I remember this. This was in Facebook today from Erol. And Erol says, so with Cerebro, when you're searching in ASIN, are the keywords listed used on the back end of the listing? I did an ASIN search, and the keywords that showed up had various competitors listed. I'm a little unclear where these keywords are coming from. So, Matt, you want to tackle that one?
Yeah, let me read the question once more. Let's see. It's not a keyword listed on the back end. So Cerebro, to answer your question, it sounds like Cerebro returned results with maybe a competitor's brand name or different things that you weren't expecting in those results. Cerebro is going to return all the results that Amazon recognizes that listing for. So now that ASIN may not have that certain keyword in their listing, but for whatever reason, Amazon is returning that ASIN as a result for that keyword. So it's a real short and simple answer, but that's kind of the best way to put it. You'll notice when you do a search for Cerebro, you'll get more results than are actually in your listing. That's because just that Cerebro is going to return the results that Amazon recognizes that listing for. So while it may not be in your listing directly, Amazon still realizes that your listing is relevant to that keyword or that brand. So hope that helps.
Yeah, and when we first saw that question today, I just did a quick check, and something that some people are saying now is that, people on Amazon are searching for their brand or their private label brand, but another product is coming up. So they're like getting mad, like, oh, maybe this other brand is like stuffing my brand name in their back end because they know they wouldn't do it on the front end. But then we actually did the indexing check to see if they had index for the brand name. It wasn't. And yet it was still coming up in the search results. So what seems to be happening is that sometimes if Amazon on their own or their algorithm says, hey, you know what, this brand name is, or this word or this keyword is kind of still relevant to this listing, even though that word doesn't appear anywhere in the listing in the front or back end, we're going to go ahead and still rank you for it. So that's something interesting to keep your eye out. And if you guys see anything like that, I'd be curious to see about it. So please post that in our Helium 10 users group. Let's go ahead and do one more quick one here. We'll give everybody a 30-minute Q&A today.
Let's do it.
It's Thursday. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Jennifer. Oh yeah, this will be a fast one. It says, when I use the X-ray extension on an individual product page with multiple variations, the sales for each variation are always the same. Is it actually pulling individual variations or the parent ASIN? All right, now I don't think that's the case. So let me just go to Amazon. Does this one have variations? No, I'm just gonna type in a brand I know has some variations on it. I was just looking at this the other day for something else. Detergent sheets. Yes, here's a variation. So it sounds like what she's saying that was when she runs X-ray, it's saying that both of these variations are showing the exact same numbers. So again, we do what we just did earlier where we hit X-ray. Okay, yeah, this is what I thought. So what should be happening, and again, please contact support if it's not. You can, how do you contact support?
Support at helium10.com.
Support at helium10.com if you're not seeing something like this. So what should happen if you have multiple variations is it's supposed to give you the individual information for each child item. So it looks like this one child item here is doing 1,143 sales a month, and the other item is only doing 56. But these numbers should not be the same unless for whatever weird reason they're, by coincidence, they actually are selling the same amount. So Jennifer, please try that again. But if you do show that, please make that email to the email that Matt talked about, so we can our developers can look at that. But this is what you should be seeing. I haven't really been paying attention to our live question. Oh, who's this guy who says hello from Amsterdam? Guillermo, how's it going?
How do you decide?
All right. We hope. What time is it over there in Amsterdam? It must be like midnight or something. All right. Any other questions that we can get to today, or do we have to push them to next time? Let's see. Let's see. Daniel was talking about the keywords. Jacob, we got here online. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put some of these questions that came in live on our next broadcast, which will be Tuesday. So, guys, we're gonna try and do this every Tuesday and Thursday, a little bit faster, 15-minute one. Hopefully, we don't have the technical issues like we did today. We apologize about that. That was our first time doing screen share, but please comment below if you guys were on our previous ones that we had where we didn't have screen share. Let us know if it was a little bit more helpful to visualize having that screen share available once we had it working. So we'll continue to do that if everybody likes it. So again, this is your introduction to Matt, and he's going to be joining me on as many of these as possible. So please enter your questions. Again, helium10.com I can't even talk right, /questions, and you'll be able to put your name and your question there, and we'll try and get to it on the next episode. Any words of wisdom for us, Matt?
Yeah, I did want to share real quick. Please put your questions below in the link also that Bradley mentioned, but continue asking your questions. Just be as involved as you can. Share your techniques with Helium 10, how you use the tools. The tools do a ton of things for sellers. And just in the communication back and forth, I've learned with Bradley that we both use the tools differently, and differently from Manny and the rest of the folks here in the office, and some of our bigger sellers too. So please do share your strategies and tactics, and hopefully we're able to share some helpful things here that kind of opens the door to ways that you weren't using the tools before.
All right, excellent. Well, with that thought, I hope you guys have a great weekend if you're going to start your weekend early, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Keep on crushing it, everybody.